The night fell, and the full moon hung high in the pitch-black sky, casting a dim light over the desolate castle. Surrounded by eerie forests, the wind whispered through the bare branches, producing a faint sound of groaning. In the midst of this silent darkness, a group of uninvited guests quietly approached. Anna, a young journalist, was assigned to report on this abandoned castle. She had heard rumors of its mysterious past, once being the home of a powerful family. But decades ago, the family members mysteriously vanished, and since then the castle had been left to decay. People whispered that the castle hid dark, untold secrets. Anna's heart raced as she entered the castle, and an odd, foul smell lingered in the air. Her footsteps echoed through the empty hallways, and with each step, her anxiety grew. She opened a door, intending to enter the main hall, but froze in place. The sight before her was enough to freeze her blood. Ancient oil paintings lined the walls, with the painted figure's eyes seeming to follow her every move. Each portrait exuded an unsettling, ominous vibe. Just as she was about to leave, a faint sound of footsteps came from upstairs. Her heart leapt, and she turned to look toward the staircase. The corridor was deathly quiet, save for her own breathing. She decided to go upstairs to investigate, her footsteps tentative. But as she climbed, a sudden chill swept over her. "Who's there?" she called out, but the only response was the echo of her own voice. Stairs creaked beneath her, and with each step, Anna felt the cold, as though an unseen force was threatening her. When she reached the top floor, the scene before her only deepened her sense of dread. A large door slowly creaked open, revealing pitch darkness that seemed to swallow every trace of light. She held her breath, gripping her flashlight tightly, and pushed open the door. The moment she stepped through the threshold, a deep voice rang out from the shadows, "You should not have come here." Anna froze, spinning around to see a tall figure emerging from the darkness. The man's skin was as pale as snow, and his eyes glowed with an eerie red light. Anna's heart hammered in her chest as she realized she was not alone. "Who are you?" she stammered. "My name is Ivan," the man said coldly, his eyes sharp and distant. "Welcome to my home." "You're a vampire?" Anna asked in disbelief, though she had suspected it all along. Ivan smiled, a cold, mocking expression on his face. "Vampires never disappeared. It's just that your world stopped caring about us, but we still exist." Suddenly, hurried footsteps broke the silence. A small figure darted out of the shadows, a woman, dressed in tattered clothes, her eyes bloodshot, her lips pale, clearly having been corrupted by the vampire curse. Lunged at Anna, her hands clawing toward her shoulders, attempting to throw her to the ground. Ivan made no move to stop her, his expression indifferent. "She will be my prey," Ivan said, his tone emotionless. Anna struggled fiercely, but the woman's strength was like iron, and she could barely breathe. Her heart raced, and her vision began to blur. Just as she was about to lose consciousness, Ivan suddenly stepped forward, his voice cold as he spoke. "You should not have come here, but now there is no turning back." He raised his hand, and the woman immediately stopped, her obedience to Ivan absolute. "You have two choices," Ivan continued. "You can join us and become one of us, or your fate will be sealed, like that door, forever closed." Anna took a deep breath, her fear overwhelming her, but she knew she could not give in. With all her strength, she pushed the woman away and fled. She ran toward the stairs, the world around her chaotic, but when she glanced back, she saw Ivan following slowly, his pace leisurely. Just as she neared the front door, a gust of cold wind hit her, and her vision began to blur. She knew that she would forever be trapped in this dark, twisted world. The nightfall of the castle consumed everything,